Hello and welcome. If you'll humor me, I'd like to tell you a story. Back when I was a young lad, I watched a lot of YouTube videos, and still do to this day. At that time, YouTube was in its blooming gaming era. Let's Players popped up everywhere and left their mark on the landscape and the people who watched their videos. Being from a household where games were not easily accessible, YouTube was the next best way to experience games I couldn't buy. This led to my 9-year-old self watching a channel called Nerdcubed. I got to learn all about games I didn't even know through Nerdcubed, but because of how great these games looked and the fun moments he caused, I wanted to play them and got pretty obsessed with one in particular. In 2013, Nerdcubed released a video on Revolt, an RC car-based racing game. Now, as a 10-year-old kid going through some personally rough family times, I had no way of playing Revolt, as it was PC only. After trying my hardest as a kid to play Revolt, I'd finally given up, and 2 years passed by. At this time in my life, I was in middle school and had an Xbox 360. Nerdcubed releases a new video on a game that lights up my eyes and brings me back to what I so desperately wanted to play: Toybox Turbos. Released in 2014, Toybox Turbos is an RC car racing game made by Codemasters, well known for their Micro Machines, Grid, Colin McRae Rally, and Dirt series. These guys were already deep in the racing game scene and hadn't released a new Micro Machines title since 2006. The stage was set for them to make a new entry in the series, but they chose instead to make the best racing party game ever made, and it's one of my favorite games. Toybox Turbos has a good amount of content to chew on, so let's break it down piece by piece. The single player mode has 7 individual cups to race through, and all of them have their own theme and vehicles to choose from. In order, the cups are Public Transport Tear-Up, Off-Road Rush, the Construction Cup, Server Sprint, Streetcar Hustle, Emergency Dash, and the Cylinder Cup. The circuits are in a progression order, and the vehicles get more expensive the higher in the circuits you go. Now is a good time to explain how to get the coins to purchase these Toybox Turbos. Each cup has 6 races that includes 1 boss race. There are a total of 6 events to line up with the total amount of races in each cup, though each cup has a variation of what events are in them. Events have a star rating of how well you do in them according to the challenge at hand, for 3 stars in total. Yippee! These ratings correlate to how many coins get paid out once you have completed them. But what are the events themselves, I hear you cry? Well, the events are all different and fun in their own right, so let's start off with one everyone understands. Classic is your standard 3-lap race for first place and is in every cup. Time Trial is a timed race to complete the track as fast as possible within 3 laps. Countdown has you racing the track as it's covered with mines and mini clocks to give you more time when you collect them. Overtake is a copy of Rush Hour Traffic, where the more cars you overtake, the higher score you get. Escape will give you an early heart attack as you drive away from the ever-growing fog. Last, but certainly not least, is Elimination. Elimination is the event exclusive to boss battles in the multiplayer mode, where if you get far enough ahead or destroy your opponent with an item, you gain a point on the board and they lose a point, or vice versa. This can't go on forever though, as once enough rounds have passed, playoff mode engages, and mines spawn on the track along with everyone no longer able to lose points. With all this in play, you could be in a one-on-one race that's neck and neck with one mistake leading to a loss. These tight controls and simple gameplay lead to a competitive mode that anyone can pick up and play, but I'm getting a bit ahead of myself. Let's talk about the track selection. The tracks in this game are downright amazing. They have stunning detail and design that fit the aesthetic of toy cars racing across tracks built by kids. The small details are also beautifully implemented. Whether it be the book series of Watson Jr. or all the movable objects, the tracks just ooze passion and creative soul. Most of them are also extremely fun to race on and learn the lines to get the best times. During the research for this game, I looked into the speedrun community, and it is thoroughly cooked, with the last record uploaded over a year ago, which surprises me for a game like this. It seems like it would just fit neatly into the category of speed games that everyone just likes to run, but that's just speculation. Regardless, these tracks feel amazing to learn and put down new records on. But how can you put down new records if you don't know what kind of toy car you're going to be using? The vehicles in this game spread over a wide variety of themes. From race cars to construction trucks, this game covers what every 6-year-old kid would have in their Hot Wheels collection. Each vehicle has its own speed, handling, and weight stat that don't really affect them in each cup unless there's a big change in two things. If a toy has more speed over handling, then it has a hard time taking tighter turns and shortcuts. With weight, if your toy weighs more than another by a significant amount, you get to bully that toy off the track.
I'm coming for you!
This is helpful against some boss toys and your friends, as you can just push them off the map. Also, it is worth noting that the boss vehicles are not unlocked for multiplayer until you beat the event in single player. Toybox Turbos single player can be beaten in about 2 hours, but offers a lot of replayability through earning top scores in the events and getting all the vehicles. The multiplayer, on the other hand, has offered me hours of fun racing against my friends and pushing the toy cars to the limit to beat them in head-to-head races. For such a small game, Toybox Turbos really gives off a lot of variety and rewarding gameplay that other games just don't have. Toybox Turbos holds a special place in my heart, as one of the few games I was able to get a hold of as a kid, and I have a lot of nostalgia for it, along with a couple other games I will cover later down the line. It really was a blast to play it over again and to get the footage while also putting down some pastimes for fun. That's all I have this time, so have a great day, and thanks for watching.